Well, good evening, everybody. It's a good one here at Shea, and welcome to show number 179 here of the Jimmy Palumbo Show. Well, hello, everybody. What's up here? The Jimmy Palumbo Show, show number 179. I can't believe we've been doing this. Of course, that means one Roosevelt Brown, Hall of Fame offensive lineman here for the Giants. Also, Harvey Martin of the Dallas Cowboys. Me showing a little homage to someone I thought was a pretty good player. Also, Dave, I got to ask you, who is Desi Drushel?
Oh, Desi Drushel is the bullpen coach for the New York Yankees. I have no idea.
You were close. Assistant.
Was I?
Assistant pitching coach for the New York Yankees.
Oh, so dude, I should get at least half credit.
And of course, every week I try to get someone to drive off the road, and that would be, this is show number 1, D. Hardison, defensive end for the Giants. That's for Steve Venditti, drive off the road. Now, those of you, when I say Venditti driving off the road, I realize that maybe that's one of those phrases that's not explained well. And Steve Venditti is a good friend of mine. He works for the New York Giants. Sturcio also worked with him as an intern for the Giants.
Former boss, yeah.
And Venditti is like a one of those guys who knows all those bad players. He knows all the, he just knows that kind of crap. He knows shitty Knicks, shitty Giants, shitty Yankees. That's it. We left. We used to go down the shore. We'd go to Leggett's, and I would just look at someone and just say, look, it looks like D. Hardison. And he would laugh and would make no sense. Or I would be talking to a girl I didn't want to talk to, and I would say, "What's your name?" "My name is D." "What? D. Hardison?" And he couldn't, fall off the thing. So I wanted to explain that to people. When I say Venditti drove off the road, that means I'm bringing someone out of the hat. Of course, today I am wearing, whenever I'm in a shitty mood, when I go to, I'm wearing my old school away Sims jersey. You don't see many of those anymore. I don't know if I can get it on the back to turn around. I guess I can get it.
You don't want to hurt yourself, Jimmy. There you go.
I don't want to get hurt and twist my back. So I'm wearing this.
You are in the off-season program right now for softball.
Yes. Off-season, I got to be ready to go back, defend my 465 title batting. But yes, I'm wearing the Sims jersey, who used to be my favorite quarterback. Still is my favorite quarterback, I guess, back in the day when I was a little wee. I was only 14 years old. He became the starter. So we're here. And of course, behind the glass, your friend and mine finally wearing his shitty but regular one he should be wearing, Dallas Cowboy hat. Because why? You see the star. And there it is. Your friend and mine, Mr. Wrestling Matches Championships down at the beach himself, Dave Sturcio. What's up, Dave?
Oh, just another day in paradise.
There you go.
Just trying to, it's funny. My barber has banned me from saying "living the dream" every time I sit down. I sit down at the barber, and he's like, "How you doing, man?" I was like, living the dream, and I'm not allowed to say that anymore, so I got to come up with something different.
Now
I'm living the dream. Living the dream.
Now I got it. Yeah, I'm not living the dream at all. Okay,
no, you're living a nightmare. Right?
Yeah, we're in the 7th inning, and we're down 6-2, and Judge just hit a lazy fly. So. Do you own a regular Dallas Cowboy, the lighter blue with the star on it? Like one of those standard?
Yeah, I have maybe 45 hats. I'm a hat guy.
No, but I'm talking about the one. It's like the one that
the non blue. Yeah, I got it. I have it.
Okay.
I go with the flow, with the style. Sometimes
I know
I'm not Mr. Flashy. You'll never catch me in anything but a navy blue Yankee hat with the interlocking NYs, right? Like you'll never see like a stylish Yankee hat. But with the Cowboys, I throw some flair on it, and I wear a lot of black and navies. So I bought a black Cowboys hat, and everybody knows it's Cowboys. The star's blue. It's perfect.
All right. Well, I don't think I've ever seen you once with the standard star. Regular light blue.
Yeah, I mean, you usually bury the hats. Like usually when you make fun of the hats, I never wear them again because I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
never saw the light of day.
You know what? I want you to wear that hat again. That was funny.
I gotta find it. I think I might have burned it after you told me it looked like a White Castle hat.
Maybe I'm sure when you lost to the Packers, you had to burn that one. But still, I want to see the regular cowboy hat one week. That's all.
I'm gonna wear an actual cowboy hat from like Texas next time.
You're actually gonna wear a helmet. I think. I think that's what we should do every week. Whoever our teams are playing, we got to wear the opposite team's helmet. I'll wear one with the single bar. I look like Billy Comer. Venditti just drove off the road with that one. But of course, at the top of the show, to bore most people that don't care, except for me, the most fun part of the show for me is I do a baseball card thing, got a stack of baseball cards. I don't know who's on it. I grab it, I do a little research, and I go. And today's guy, you should know who this guy is, but you're not going to. You should, though. Some people think he was a Hall of Famer. Definitely not. But he played 19 years. From 76 to 94, won a World Series with the Royals.
Baseball, right? Yeah.
Okay, baseball. Won a World Series with the Royals. And I'll leave it at this. He was very fast and stole a lot of bases.
Wait, I know. Can I guess?
Yes.
76 to 94?
Yeah.
Deion James.
No, Deion James. That's a shitty guess. Deion James didn't play for 19 years. You kidding me?
I don't know. He could have trickled around the league.
Your friend and mine, Willie Wilson. You don't remember Willie Wilson? No,
Willie Wilson was not on my radar. Nope.
Okay, here's why you should know who Willie Wilson is, because he played 19 years. He was born in Alabama, but he moved to Summit, New Jersey when he was 7. Oh. And he was going to go to Maryland to play football, and they have his football highlights. Anybody listen? Any jerk off and listening to the show right now, do me a favor. Google Willie Wilson's high school reel. Okay, dude, this guy, he looked like he was like 7 foot man amongst boys playing these shitty little like Summit, New Jersey area high schools and blowing everybody's a good guess there with Hal McRae. Willie Wilson. So go check out his reel. Anyway,
I'll be sure to do that.
He's not going to do it. It is funny to watch the old black and white footage and shit. He played with 19 years, 3 teams, Royals for 15 years, then the Cubs, then Oakland. Lifetime 285, 2,200 hits, 585 RBIs, 668 stolen bases, which puts him at 12. And everybody above him is all those guys that played like from 1807 to 1812. And they just
Ricky Henderson's got to be up there, right? He's number 1.
Yeah, right? Ricky Henderson. But the only other... No, is Ricky Henderson number 1? Yeah, he's got to be number 1 still. How do I not know that? I should know that, and I don't. I'll get our crack reporters to jump on that. So what else did he do? 1980, batted .326. He had 79 stolen bases, 230 hits. That's a lot. That's Jeter-esque. 1982, he won the batting title, batted .332, batted .267 in the playoffs, so he was not a shitty guy for that. He hit a lifetime 147 triples. Now, how many triples do you think Giancarlo Stanton had?
Half.
But here's the funny thing. Now, again, this is another. I'm about to say something that no one cares but me in my soul. Okay. You know who had one more triple than him? Wally Pipp. You know what the name Wally Pipp means? The guy Garrett replaced.
Okay, that's a verb now. Actually,
so yeah, you've been Wally Pipp, but Wally Pipp had more triples than Willie Wilson. I'm gonna say Willie Nelson.
And to give you a little clarity on the stolen bases leaders, it is Ricky Henderson. Not only is he Ricky Henderson, he's got Lou Brock beat by about 500 stolen bases. So that's a true story.
But outside of those two, the rest of the guys are all like, and Willie Wilson's like 12. But of course, in all guys in the 80s, he got in a little trouble with cocaine. Wow. And he got in trouble with Vida Blue, who was a stud when I was a little kid with the A's, and also Willie Mays Aikens. Venditti, you're going to live all day today, and he's off the road.
He's in a ditch somewhere.
He's in a ditch, not getting. I mentioned Willie Mays Aikens, Willie Wilson, D. Artisan. I love it. I like to mention now. I love how some women tune into my show, and then they say like, "Oh, you talk a lot about sports." I'm like, "Yeah, I do," and then I'm talking about Vida Blue and D. Artisan. But it's funny to me. He got in jail in '84, cocaine, a mess, but then he got banned for a year. I don't know how you can be jailed and then banned for the year, which is fair. And then you appeal it. By May 16th, he was playing. So he really like 6 weeks out.
He's in the Cactus League.
Right. He coached with the Blue Jays when he got done with baseball. And but then he coached. Did you know there was a Canadian baseball league? Do you know that? I just learned that. It was like
the Blue Jays or like an actual league?
No, it was like a league, like the same as like the Canadian Football League. But here's the best part. Willie Wilson's coaching there, and the whole league disbanded like mid-season. That's how you know. Like that must have been a shitty league. Anybody knows anything about the Canadian Baseball League? That's something I got to Google for next week. After he played baseball, he definitely did further drugs. Ended up a real, but he got his life together. Now he has a foundation, and he's giving back to the community. Hopefully, he's got some of his money, at least his pension. And that's my guy, Willie Wilson, who I remember very well, and he did good against the Yankees. So. That's my guy there. Now, do you have a card, young fellow?
I do. I pulled it from my Dallas Cowboys collection, but shitty Dallas Cowboys collection.
That's
so, like, obviously, last week I had Aikman, a couple of, I think it was a year ago, we used to do tight ends back to back to back, like all the Cowboys tight ends. But this is a receiver. I may make you do that again. Yeah, this is a receiver from the 1989 Dallas Cowboys, who, if all you Dallas Cowboys haters out there loved 1989, the Cowboys went 1-15. But this individual was able to grab 24 catches for 477 yards and caught 2 touchdowns. He is a receiver for the Cowboys. And remember, Michael Irvin was in year 2. This guy must have been like wide receiver 3 or 4, but my guy is Mr. James Dixon. I don't know anybody knows who James Dixon is. I sure as hell don't.
He ended up on the Giants, didn't he? James Dixon.
I don't know. This is his 1990 card, so I have no idea.
Could it have been James?
James Dixon. Not a lot to say about James Dixon. It says James was a tremendous, ready for this, tremendous bargain for the Cowboys in 89. Claimed on waivers from the Lions. He ended his rookie season with second in the NFC with 25 1-yard average for. Oh, he's a kick returner. So there you go. Dixon was a kick returner. That's where he made his bread. And he caught 6 passes for 203 yards. So he's a special teams guy. That's my guy. He's a special fucking teams guy.
Well, that was Aikman's first year.
Yeah, 89 was his rookie
year. I always forget that he how bad Aikman was just no time to throw. He got totally abused. He only played 3 years. I just looked it up real quick.
Dixon
played 3 years, 89, 90, and 91. Total catches
he got cut right before they went on their run.
He was a punt returner. Yeah, he had 101 punts he returned. But he went in 89. He wasn't all that bad as a punter. He probably got hurt. But all right, James Dixon getting involved here, and of course, Willie Wilson. We went with fast guys here today, so it's me and Dave are very slow. We went with the fast guys today.
Speak for yourself.
Please, Dave. I saw you run the.
You've seen me play ball?
Yeah, I did one year. I was like, well, at least I'm not the slowest on the team.
You're not too off. Yeah.
Well, I'm 59, so you got to get cover the spread. So
39 in 2 weeks, man.
You're gonna be 39. In fact, you're 38. I'm 21 years old. Like you know nothing about sports then. That's like 20. But
listen, I didn't
wait a minute. Time out. This is time out.
Were awful.
You're 38 years old. Like you don't know Willie Wilson. You know what? I realized that no one any card that I bring up, you don't know. You don't know who they are.
Probably not.
Do you know who Dan Ford is?
Dan Ford. Is he from the famous Ford family? No, I have no idea who Dan Ford is.
He's the first guy to hit a home run in the renovated Yankee Stadium in 76.
Jesus Christ. No, I did not know that.
Venditti is, you know what? This is I should have him on
a river at this point.
Yeah, he's like in Connecticut flowing down a river right now. I can't believe the guy mentioned that. Someone out there is laughing. You know what's sad? My small audience, of which I love, they must be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
I could tell you one guy who's watching. It's Chris Gucci, and he's tuning in. He said it's time to walk back your Daniel Jones bold take
I'm not
after the performance this past weekend.
I will discuss Daniel Jones in a moment. But I do have to mention my lovely Patreon people. We are stuck at 43. I can't believe we don't have a Reggie, but that's okay. I love yous anyway. There's some kind of changes going on to Patreon. Did you read about that? It's confusing to me. So if anybody's confused,
Chop Sports has about maybe 4 or 5 Patreon members left, and it's like my dad, Chris's mom.
Yeah, I get it. Well,
maybe Janine. Like
I am just in the like the hare and the rabbit, the hare and the turtle, whatever the hell that story is.
Tortoise and the hare, Jimmy.
Tortoise and the hare. I'm trying to catch Joe Rogan. And
Venditti now needs roadside assistance.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. Tyson Hogan, listen. Dave and I could see the comments and we laugh about. People have no idea. Even Tyson Hogan's probably your age. He doesn't know shit either.
I think he's a little older than me. I don't know. I'm
Maybe,
totally guessing.
Don't know. He could be 13.
State your age, please. Thank you.
State your age. Anyway, I did mention Rosie Brown there, Tyson. Good call on that. But yeah, so I also want to give a shout out to on my Patreon, Martin Waltsack, Rich Thomas, and of course Kevin Marzola, who is probably
Speaking of Reggie Jackson.
Right now.
Speaking of Reggie Jackson, Tyson
he's 44. I got to make Tyson Hogan. There's going to be a million guys taken out of counts here. That's 44. God, I was 40. Oh my God, I feel so old. What are we gonna? If I'm gonna be doing the show probably when I'm 60. We got to do a special celebration here at Shay.
On site, maybe we go to Leggett's or something. We'll do a remote.
We can do a remote there for sure. That would be awesome, actually. All right. Well, of course, I'm wearing the patches. ChasingMiracles.com stem cell patches. My daughter's having some knee issues. So they're working on that. She's got patches all over the place. My mother's wearing them extensively. She's got some little injuries to her knee now, and she's trying to do everything she can to stay better, but she's 84. God bless America. And Tommy and Donna are doing everything, sending my mother all kinds of stuff to make it better. These are stem cell patches. It's shit your body needs. Getting involved. No needles. Non-invasive day. You can. What can you do with these patches on, Dave?
Everything. You can do everything.
Oh, no. What can you can pee in the cup, which we
yes, that's right. You can pass a steroid test.
You can pee in the cup. Originally designed for Navy SEALs, Serena Williams, the military, Michael Phelps, the swimmer. He uses these. So go check it out. ChasingMiracles.com for everything your body needs. It's good stuff. All right. Well, let's get to it. The Giants.
Stink. Go ahead.
Okay. They did look shitty the other night. But I did talk to Venditti, and he did say that their lineup, there was a lot of guys who weren't, they had a lot of non-starters in the game.
Preseason.
So, but they did.
But you know Jones looked in midseason form, though.
But you know what? First of all, no, I don't. I see. I actually watched the game. I can't believe I watched him. First time I've watched more than 20 minutes of a preseason game in 45 years. He threw a couple of bad plays in the beginning, but the two drives he had bringing him downfield, I thought he had it going on. And he was doing okay. He just threw a couple of bad passes. But that was never his issue anyway. His issue was like a million other things, that no line. I thought he had some time to throw. But the thing about this DeVito guy that I don't understand, if you didn't know that Jones was the starter, right, and you just turned on the football game, like there is no doubt this guy DeVito is going to be in the NFL. There's no doubt. He throws a nice ball, and I don't know what this guy's got to do. I've watched the Giants have had bad backup quarterbacks for you. Now, he's no Tyrod Taylor, who's probably the best backup in the league. You can make the argument. But yeah. I think DeVito is definitely going to, if not with the Giants, he's definitely going to stick somewhere else. I think he throws a nice ball. And he could
think there's an actual possibility that DeVito is a starter in the NFL with somebody else?
No, I guess a starter will be tough now at this point because the way you draft quarterbacks and you got to go to a shitty team.
I think he had his chance last year to show that he could be a starter, but I mean, and yeah, he flashed a little bit.
Yeah,
beat Gooch's Packers, you know what I mean? But like,
but I blame
Gooch's Packers. Wait, yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
I blame more of what was going on around the team than DeVito.
Yeah,
I just think everybody's like, DeVito flash in the pan. I don't. You watch the games, you're like, well, he just threw a couple of beautiful balls. I don't know. Clearly, though, no doubt, I've been saying this. Running back in the NFL, you should spend $8 on a running back because the Giants, every running back that got in the game did fine. Running off tackle, the guy was running. Everybody's fine. You don't need anybody. You shouldn't draft a quarterback till the second day draft that nobody watches. A running back, I mean. I think the Giant running game is going to be just fine. But the Giants definitely look shitty for sure. They also, Dable's trying to be nice because he's thin now. I want the fat Dable. Because like
kind of how I felt when CC Sabathia lost all the weight. I was like, can you just put it back on, please?
Yeah, put it back on. Remember when Parcells got thin? He looked like shit. If you're a fat fuck and you're a coach, that's how you got to be. And he's trying to be so nice. A couple of the interceptions, David was like, okay. He looked like a little league mom. It's okay, Johnny. It's okay, Johnny. And we'll see how that goes. But who knows? But preseason games are so, it's almost they'll never get rid of them because of money. But they run. If you watch Hard Knock, the way they run scrimmages now, not scrimmages, the way they do them, they have these joint practices. I mean, they're running plays I think much more than they used to, and so I'm not so sure. I don't know. It's just there's so many different guys trying to make the team.
I'm one of those absolute psychopaths. The Cowboys had a West Coast preseason game on Saturday night. Started at 10 o'clock, and I was up until 1:20 watching every single minute of it.
So you watched how could you watch
every minute? Every minute. Because look, I cover the team a lot, like whether it be on Twitter or my Jersey Boys podcast or whatever. I'm within the Cowboys realm of media, right? So like I gotta know shit. So when people are like, did you see that third or fourth corner in the fourth quarter? Like I'd be stupid to be like, oh no, I shut the game off after halftime. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like a requirement, I guess. I don't know.
I get it. But that makes sense.
I'm a football junkie, man.
That's tough. I tailed off somewhere in the third quarter. I was like, I don't need to watch any of this. Now, if we were going to call this show the Steve and Diddy Show, but we could also call this the Blown Save Show, because our boy Clay Holmes, who I've been saying for 2 years now, he stinks. 10 blown saves. I actually had to look up Mariano's. How many blown saves do you think Mariano Rivera had?
In his career?
Yeah. It's interesting.
4?
700 blown saves.
4? 3?
No. His whole career.
I don't know. He was fucking untouchable for a little while. I don't know.
He had 15? I don't know. 80 blown saves in 732 attempts. Yeah. I don't know. Now in the playoffs,
80 blown saves.
In 96 games, he had 4 blown saves. But they happen to be a couple of game sevens, a couple of key situations. But this guy, Clay Holmes, first of all, the reason why he sucks, though, in 50 innings, he's given up 51 hits and 14 walks. You just can't do that.
No.
And his strikeout ratio, he gives up ground ball. So he should never pitch the 10th inning. Run around second, you get a ground ball, gets through.
The problem with him is he's also like when you have maybe I'm just biased and I realize that this is the style now, but like you need strikeout stuff in the 9th inning. He doesn't have strikeouts. So he's not overpowering. He can't throw the ball fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, so now, and I said this to somebody yesterday, I forgot I was talking to, but like the fact that the Yankees sat on their hands at the trade deadline and now you're stuck. You're just stuck. Like, this is what you got to do now. Callers are saying like, go with Weaver, go with Tommy Canley, go with committee, go with the. I'm like, you got to strike something because this blown save shit ain't gonna fly in October.
The reason why, it's so obvious why you need a strikeout guy is because, like, you start the 9th inning, you give a leadoff double, right? Okay, you're already in trouble. But then you get a strikeout. Now there's 1 out. Okay, and then maybe you go 2-2 with a guy. Then it's 3-2. Now it's 1st and 2nd, right? 1 out. And you're a mess. And then either boom, you get another strikeout. Now there's 2 outs, or then you get the ground ball, and the game's the inning's over. He stinks, but the world knows that now. They have to try.
I'm so convinced at this point. Like it's gonna sound stupid, but like in the extra inning with the ghost runner thing, which I fucking hate. I hate it. I don't care how many times it's benefited the Yankees. I don't care. It's stupid.
I don't know why.
I would see what happens with the first batter. If you put the first batter on by walking them, I'm walking the next guy too. I'm setting up the force everywhere just because it's like, all right, that runner's going to score on a base hit anyway. So you might as well just load him up and have.
Unless the runner is like, they usually put a fast.
Unless the runner it's the last out, but then they can pinch run for him if they want it. You know what I mean?
But you don't do that if Giancarlo's on there.
Yeah, well, he'll tear a hamstring just walking the second base.
But I know what you mean.
Just make it a little easier. I don't know.
Yeah, but then a fly ball can beat you too. You don't really want to walk.
That's true. I mean, then you got to play the outfield in. There's so many different intangibles, but
you just don't feel good when the guy's on the mound. It's awful. But hey, but another thing is now about there's no doubt I'm becoming my father by the hour, becoming Captain Obvious. I hate that phrase, but it's true. I know it's talked about all the time, but I think it's got to be talked about again for me. Like Aaron Judge. I mean, dude, it's getting into. You remember when you were younger, like a year ago, and you looked at like Ruth and Garrick stats, you were like, oh, that can't happen today. Like that he's batting 331, 44 home runs, 111 RBIs, and 145 hits, and we're still like 10 days from Labor Day. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous what he's doing. He's a runaway right now. For me, at least, he's a runaway MVP of the American League. I don't think there's anybody close.
He's the best
Bobby
player.
Witt Jr. right now, I believe, is a couple percentage points on batting average, but it's like he leads at everything else. There was a stat I think Yes put up not too long ago, and it was like MLB ranks. It's like first down the line. Right. Like he's just he's an anomaly, and he's worth every penny right now.
He also plays. He plays a really, really. I wouldn't say he plays a great center field, but he plays a really, really, really good center field.
He's a smart baseball player.
Smart baseball player, right? And I mean, God, talk about a guy who he didn't sign. He had the great year, signed a big deal. I would be eating Cheetos and ring dings and drinking all day if I did that. And then he's now actually a very good player. Now I'm going to say something. I'm just being a jerk off now because this show's off its wheels already for Venditti. Anybody knows that like Soto's like everybody's like, wow, this guy's great. I feel like the last 5 games or so.
Jimmy, do not knock Soto right now, dude. That motherfucker just put up 4 home runs and 5 at bats last week. So
last 5 games, he's batting 250.
Dude, you can't be serious.
You watch. I'll tell you
Come on, man.
Tell you what, I say Soto finishes the season. I love. By the way, my predictions are great because they're from the couch. Well, I can't find my remote. I say Soto finishes below 290. You agree? Yes or no?
Where is he at now? I don't even know.
300.
He's at 300. You think he's going to drop 10 points before the end of the year?
I do. That's tough. Nah. Think about it. You think he's going to stay right around where he's at?
I think 296, something like that. But
fair enough.
Saying he's going under 290, that's
all right. I could be wrong. I'm just saying, just a gut feeling. And he's probably going to get the biggest contract of all time from the Mets. I just no way he's signing with the Yankees. They suck. Yet we have we're like first place. Did the Orioles lose again last night to the Mets?
Yeah, we're still chilling in first. We're doing great. So it's all good.
In other news, of course, we are getting dangerously close to August 29th, which means my Rutgers McScarlet McKnights start their football season. But of course, here we go. We're going to be doing that. In fact, Dave may come with me to the game if things work out. I'm not sure yet.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to get some extra tickets. But here's the weird thing. There's always Rutgers just, if you Google the word disappoint, it shows like a scarlet R, okay? Because we're coming in, I believe, Rutgers McScarlet Knights are coming into the biggest 6 months in the history of their athletics. Football team getting a lot of press, could be coming. Our schedule now, we play Linden and Rahway and Carteret instead of Penn State, Ohio State, and those schools. The basketball team has 2 lottery picks going to be playing for us starting in November, right? Bailey and Harper, and they added a few other guys. So the basketball team is red hot coming in. And it's all right now. We got good coaches. It's all set up. So what happens? A little chink in the armor. Our athletic director resigns 10 days before the season. Now, I asked people that are in the know that have been on my show, hey, what's the deal with that? And they're like, you don't resign 10 days before. Because football, those of you scoring at home, or you basketball fans out there, basketball for a college is a nice little thing to make a few bucks. Nobody really makes money on it. It's like San Diego State, their money from
Duke.
Football. Duke's probably the only one. And even that, Duke football team makes probably 10 times the amount the basketball team does. Because it's football. Saturday afternoons from 12 noon to 1:30 in the morning. You're watching San Diego State play Boise State. It's always 28-0 in the first quarter. Then all of a sudden you wake up. You're, oh my God, it's a 45 all. How did that happen? Football, and you just don't leave. Now everybody says health concerns, and maybe that's what it is. But I don't think so. Because you know what happens? You have a press conference, blah, blah, blah. And then all these rumors. He's banging the gym, the coach. He's doing this. He had trouble in Seton Hall. He had to sign non-disclosures, all this different stuff.
Is he a young guy or an older guy?
No, he's about 65, something like that.
Okay.
In shape. Doesn't look like a fat bastard to me. Has heart issues. But if you were married to him, right? So okay, let's do a Dave Stern show here. So you're on the Jimmy Palumbo Show, and we're the highest ranked podcast in the history of podcasts, okay? And then an hour before the show, you resign. Next thing you know, I got Chris Gucci in there, right? You just resigned, okay? And I'm like, oh, he resigned due to health reasons. He's not health reasons, okay? And then you disappear, like you're gone. There's no, and you send a letter. I get a fax. I still have a fax.
Fax.
Okay, you send a fax, okay? And then all week long, everybody's like, Dave's, I think he was fucking a girl at Hooters. I think he was getting a blowjob here down the shore. All these things are going on. And you and your wife are home. And your wife's like, honey, we just came back from the doctor and your heart is, you got serious issues. You got blood clots. You could die. And everybody's saying you're banging people. You got to address this. Like
damage control. He needs a press conference. He needs
exactly right. Say, hey guys, I know you think I banged the gymnast coach. She's cute, but I'm happily married, right? Otherwise, the wife is like, all right, it's okay. Your heart's about to stop, but we're going to let everybody think you were screwing around with somebody. No way.
Right. You would think that she wouldn't want the press. You know what I mean? Like she don't want to be a part of that.
And they sent an Instagram thing. They say it might be AI now. They're in Ireland vacationing. What? Like I think it's fake.
Well, isn't that that's where they're starting the season off this year? Not Rutgers, but like NCAA season their opening weekend in Ireland.
He's smiling with his wife. I think it was a dope picture, but I don't know. Bottom line is this, and I say this about crimes and everything. When you get accused of committing a big time crime, right, or something like this, slander. These are all rumors. I don't know if they're true, and you didn't do it. Aren't you out of your mind? Like you live in Dunellen. If you got accused of driving your car through a window or killing someone and you were home watching the shitty Cowboy preseason game, wouldn't you be like, honey, yeah, everybody's saying I killed that kid down the street. Your wife's going to be like, what are you talking about? You were watching a Cowboy game. You're sitting right next to me. Yeah, we're not going to, let's keep it quiet. Let's not say anything. And then all over the Dunellen Times, Sturchio kills boy. Sturchio could be.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is if there's guilt, there's guilt in silence.
Exactly right. I would be out of my mind. Like, no, I felt that way about OJ. I would have been like, what? No way. I think instead it was like, well, please. You're so guilty. It's disgusting. I don't understand. Come clean. Be a good Rutgers soldier and say, hey, this is what I got going. I know there's privacy with HIPAA laws. There's no way. Even if my wife was an athletic director, and I was like, honey, I'm going to press conference with my shitty Phil Simms shirt on saying, hey, this is bullshit. I'm so right about that, but maybe I'm an asshole. I don't know. In other news, it's called Transition Day here at the stadium. We got to tell people. So here's what happened with the beer league thing. The audience felt there was too much of Dave Sturchio in it, so we had to re-edit. No, what happened was we signed on there's no way Kevin Smith doesn't take a beating here, but we signed on to do it at the Smod Castle Theater. Okay. On September 13th. And tickets the link was out for 2 hours or something, felt that way. And people were texting me, dude, I'm in, but no one buys tickets right away. You know how that works. And then all of a sudden, Kevin Smith has a movie that he's got coming out. He owns the theater, and which we should have known about already. And he's like, no, I want the theater all weekend. So they kind of like said no to us. You're out. So then we're like, all right. So I pissed because Dave put the Instagram thing together, Facebook. We were getting some noise. We were starting to make some noise. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden we're like, all right. So Dave, we tried the Dunellen Theater. Dave,
Agnes at the front desk hasn't answered the phone in like, I don't know, 5-10 years. Right. So I have no idea.
the September 13th date is no good there anyway. We're going to switch it to the 14th. I got some conflicts. Dave's got conflicts coming up himself. We want to try to keep, we got to avoid the Jewish holidays because you just got to do that. I think that's the right thing to do. You lose audiences there.
You got the one that you have to rush. My father calls it Rosh Hashanah.
Right.
You got to rush home.
No, you got to be home by 5. People don't go out. Yeah. It's a sacred day. God bless. And so we want to try to avoid those. Plus, I got some friends that wouldn't be able to go. And so then I realized, Avenel, they actually have a theater, where I did stand up. What's up, Dying Breed Garage? We'll pay you with a quick 3 here, down by 12. So so we're going to try to do something at the Avenel Performing Arts Center on the 13th. It looks like it's available. I just have to cut the deal, and I got to talk to the mayor and people, and got to make that happen. It seats around 200, which will be bigger for us, which we think we need because we think this place is going to be rocking. And the plan is to show Game Day, the short, which a lot of people haven't seen. Maybe some people have. Then the movie Beer League, of course. And then we're going to show the new pilot, the world premiere day here at Shea, directed by Tom Baldinger. He'll probably be there late. He'll probably get there.
He probably lost his popcorn along the way.
It's so funny. Someday I'll explain that joke as we move forward. I'm throwing Tom under the bus, but that's okay. Fix the muffler while you're underneath there. But
that's good.
It's a world premiere of Beer League, the series. It's so exciting at Shea. I'm curious to what people think. I really am. I'm a little too close to it now, so I want to let an audience. I'll sit in the back, and we're going to do a Q&A. They have a spot for that. Everyone will be invited to this that's involved with Beer League, including Ralph and Artie. I'm working on getting Artie there. I want Artie there. I want Artie in this. I think deep down inside, Artie wants to be involved in this. And Ralph, I don't know if I can get him to Avenel, but
who's Ralph?
Oh, that Ralph Macchio guy, the
shit, Ralph. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. That's like talking about the Cowboys and going, well, Emmett was tough. Which Emmett was that? You think the Cowboys should sign Dak?
I know him as Danielson lately, so it's like when you said Ralph, I was like, what are you talking about?
My God, Dak who? Oh my God, it's so bad. You're so bad. I know. Listen, I get worse. Anyway, so we're gonna do that. I'm really looking forward to having it's not really a money thing. We might make a few bucks. I don't know. I doubt it. I got a lot of giveaways and stuff I got to do. And but it's just about really premiering it in the right way with people that are, probably more Central Jerseyans or some North Jersey people as well. And and to have what does that say? Superbird tequila. And we're working on that to be a sponsor. Yeah. Yes.
As I drink tequila at 1 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Is that tequila? You know what we're going to do? No, we're doing it. Next week, it's Cocktail Tuesday day at Shea.
I gotta get my kids. I wouldn't be able to recover on time. I gotta get my kids.
You can't have one drink at 1 o'clock.
I can have one drink. Yeah,
we're gonna have one.
But it's never, Jimmy. It's never one drink.
So, well, listen.
I can have a 7th. It's not a big deal.
Next week we're having Cocktail Tuesday, and you're gonna sip one drink for the hour. Or fake, you can fake it if you want. I will. I'll be drinking.
This was actually a dual-sided cup, so Superbird on one side, and then on the other side is the War on the Shore.
Self-promotion here at Shea.
Sylvan Air Cups here at Shea.
Start showing a rebrand at the 4:15 mark. Anyway, so that would be that. But I'm really looking forward to having fun. I don't know. We did a screening up here in Ramsey. And it held about 100 seats, 120 maybe, and we sold it out. It was packed to the gills. I just don't know. Do you think people really want to see a question and answer? It could be like me. You'll be doing it. You'll be hosting.
I tell you what. Let's do one better. So why don't we do this? Like it'll be a Q&A, but why don't we make it an actual episode of the Jimmy Palumbo Show, and we'll record it and we'll send it out, and I'll edit some of the shit in, like. So then people can interact with the actual podcast. Can't hurt.
So we'll do the podcast on stage, just like this, like we're doing right now.
Yeah. I'll bring my equipment from the studio, and we'll set it up.
All right.
Now you're getting a quadruple feature. You're getting a podcast after
a live. All right.
And we're going to get Venditti there to drive off the road off of Avenel Street. There you go. Done.
Wait a minute. So all right, listen, you know what? I'll tell you what. All right, Dave, you opened your fucking cowboy mouth now. Well, guess what?
Did I just give myself more work?
Yes, you did.
Right I did.
Yes, you did. I can see the phone call. Jimmy, my kid has the flu. My wife's away. I got to lug this. It'll be a little box this big.
Yeah, it's only this big.
But we got what microphones do we use? This sounds like a pain.
Studio.
All right. Well, make it easy for yourself. Put it that way. But yeah, we'll do this. But how are we going to get Tom? How are we going to get everybody on?
We can all sit on stools. We can all have stick mics. They have all the mics there. We plug it into my little mixer guy, and that's it. You just go.
So that means you will be getting there at like 5 o'clock to set this all up. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll go to Jersey Boys Pizza first, and then
I'll meet you at. Okay. Here's the plan. I meet you at Jersey Boys at 2 o'clock. We eat till we can. By the way, pizza. By the way, I'm a huge fan of Kinsley's up here. Huge fan of Strawberry. Strawberries to me. 17 years, 16 playoffs, 3 Final Fours. I get all that. Okay,
it's not close, and I don't care what people say. It's not.
Jersey Boys Pizza is good.
It gave it a run. The first time I went to Jersey Boys, it gave it a. I bit into that one bite. Everybody knows the rules type thing, and I was like, I was like, oh shit. Strawberries to me, I've been very, very loyal to strawberries my entire life.
Me too.
And
they're good people.
When I bit into that Jersey Boys pizza, I was like, oh shit. So
you know what though? Jersey Boys getting some points. We got to talk to Kyle Kerms about this. Kyle, if you're listening, Jersey Boys pizza getting some points. I don't know. I think it's good. Real good.
It's very good. I don't know.
I know. I get it. You're loyal to strawberries. Except when they kick you out like that.
People are always like, oh, you have never had Nancy's Townhouse. Have you ever had that?
No, where's that?
I think it's in Rahway. But anyway,
we got people that are like listening. I've never been there. I now know you. I'm an asshole. Now I know what you're talking about. I've never been there, but people talk about that. But isn't that also a little like bar and pub too?
I think there's a brewery right next door, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what it is? All right.
I think.
I'm not sure. That on my
Wet Ticket Brewery or some shit.
Look at this. Look at this. You know what? I'm catching shit from John Kelly, another Patreon, because he says that I need a Foxfire background. Dave is putting you to shame. It's because Dave is a little bit more computer literate than I am.
Dude, that's the thing. I think what you should do is this, and I'm not doing it. Well, I could do this for you if I wanted to, but like, I think I'm going to start recording your setup and prep, and then putting that out to exclusive to Patreon members only. Because if you heard Jimmy the 5 minutes before every show, he doesn't have a clue about anything. And it's the greatest 5 minutes. He comes in MFing everything, asking what cookies are. Why is this pop-up here? I look like shit. It is gold, and people need to hear it.
I'm getting all this, I just can't. There's too much. I want to do like old school podcasts. I want to do live radio is what I want to do. I want to do live late night radio on WFAN and smoke your boy. Let's talk about that for a second. He stinks, bro. No,
he doesn't, dude. You know what it is?
Dude,
he's not.
No,
you're not in tune with the newer listener. That's all.
No, that's not true at all. I'm a Mr. Non-radio guy. I'm your radio guy here. Okay,
I'm just saying. And the new radio, media. He's got a
boring
different flavor and a different spin.
He's boring, and you cannot have a.
Wait, you come up and you're talking about the schmoozer. Like the
reason I would rather listen.
You put me to sleep.
I would rather have.
It's like you block out the Seinfeld for.
He was there. He was there since day one. This new guy, he's
horrible.
And you cannot hire a guy on WFAN late night, and he's a diehard Cowboy fan. Doesn't work.
Ask. You know what? Ask Steve Venditti. He hired a Cowboys fan for the fucking Giants.
And that's why they hired you as an intern, and that'll do it here from the Omni. Please.
That is true.
And unless you're Mad Dog, who was a Giant fan, but he had fun with it in a different way. Not a Cowboy fan. And he's boring. Let's get him on the podcast so I can tell him he's boring.
He'll come on. You know what? He'll come on. He'll put you to shame, Jimmy. The
problem
with
what?
First of all, I honestly think
so he knows about like the 2011 Yankees.
Okay, so he's not your historian, but guess what?
There you go. Is he gonna know about Willie Wilson?
The common listener right now is not saying like, I can't wait till Michael Kay gets on the air right now and talks about the 1977 Yankees. That's not what people talk or listen to anymore. It's just not. You have a new spin on sports.
No, I know, but he doesn't have a spin. No, I don't think he's that good. You know what? I wish my brother was here. My brother says to me,
you know what? At the end of the day, he's there and we're fucking here. So that's
true.
the
but
drop the mic. That's it.
Okay, so that's how it works now. All right, okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just giving you how it is, bro. Like we're sitting here doing a podcast. You're in your dining room. I'm in my dining room. This guy gets to go to WFAN.
Well, listen. There's also I can say a loser. Well, listen. When it comes to the losers, listen. When I hit rock bottom, I know I land on Sturcho and vice versa. But still, first of all, though, wait a minute now. I'm not saying I've been doing radio, but I think I could. And also, he was right for the job. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so I don't want to hear. Please, I think he's boring. When he's on, I switch to like 9. I try to get
First
ESPN.
of all, if you're listening to the radio fucking 11 o'clock at night, that's another problem. I feel bad that he's got to do that.
I'm trying to get rid of my buzz at 11 o'clock.
One day he'll be that's an Artie line. One day that will be he'll be in a better spot and he'll flourish.
No way. That he's hit this. He is at the top of Mount Everest, and that'll do it here.
No shot that this is the last stop for Keith McPherson. It's not.
Okay. I don't see it, but
I know radio. I know the media. I know that this guy.
You don't know. How do you know radio?
Because I've been in this. I've been in sports media since 2006. I know exactly what they do and who they hire and why they don't hire certain people and why they do hire certain people. I know exactly why. You know how many fucking jobs have denied me? Trust me, I know exactly why.
I did the Scott Farrell show for a year. I know about radio. I'm telling you, like Scott Farrell runs circles around that guy. Circles. Anybody. First of all, WFAN stinks now. Would you agree to that? You still like listening to WFAN?
I listen to Boomer and Gio in the morning. That's it. Right. I listen to Keith when I can, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not in the car when he's on. That's all.
The problem with Boomer and Gio is it's like McDonald's breakfast. I'm never up in time to eat them. So. Anyway,
I work out.
I know he's from Monmouth. He's a Jersey guy, and he's a huge Yankee fan, and he goes to a lot of games. I'll give him credit there. I know he's probably. Thank God he's not listening to the show. He'll hate me, but
I'm gonna clip this up.
You're gonna make me look bad. See that? I got to get you know what? My brother's going to be the guest next week. Every time he's driving home late from a business meeting, he calls me from the car. Jimmy, this guy, why are you not on the air? These guys are awful. I said, Frank, we'll be talking about the Rutgers AD.
And again, Frank is what? Your older brother. So it's an age gap thing.
No, it isn't. That's where you're wrong. What does he say?
He doesn't have reason why you don't like Keith McPherson is because he's got the younger generation listening to him. That's all.
What is he?
If the schmoozer was still there, you'd be like, it's the greatest radio I've ever heard.
He doesn't say anything he doesn't do anything. Is he doing like P. Diddy songs or lyrics? Like, what are you talking about? Like, is he talking about Taylor Swift? Whatever the hell these guys' names are. It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
You just like anybody that's young. And by the way, how old is he?
True. I look at Boomer like a father figure. I love Boomer Esiason. I love listening to him. My favorite commentators right now are Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They're old.
They're old, right? Yeah, it's true. I don't mind Romo.
Romo's great too, but again, it's not for everybody.
I know. Listen, I'm a John Madden guy. I know that. Pat Summerall. These
Thanks,
guys,
John.
You know what I used to love about Pat Summerall? Madden would scream for 5 minutes, and then Summerall would just go 2nd and 5. That was just Madden screaming and yelling.
That was my favorite part about it. That's what I'm saying. Like I think Frank Caliendo does a fantastic John Madden, and like he'll be gone on a rant and a rant and a rant, and then Summerall come in and go, "Thanks, John."
I know.
That's it. That's all he'll say, and then they'll move on like 2nd and 5, handoff, Emmitt Smith off tackle.
And I've said this on the air. Back in the day when the U.S. Open,
John Kelly's roasting you.
John Kelly wants Bing. By the way, let's not talk about Bing Crosby stats. Okay, you were talking about Ruth and Garrick right there. I'm a huge fan of Bing Crosby. I admit it, but he used to do the U.S. Open while the Giants were still playing. That was the only week he took off when he had to do he used to do the games on CBS. And I used to love, he would not say much in tennis because
how do you say much in tennis?
But you know, it'd be great. Like Martina Navratilova would be serving, and she'd be down 5-4 in the third set, a key moment. And Martina would hit an ace, and he would just go, Martina holds. And they go right to it. And like 2 words. And he went right to a commercial break. So great. You know what?
There we go. There we go. Favorite commentators are Jimmy and Dave.
First of all, I swear to God, if me and you were on late night WFAN, oh my God, down goes Frazier. We would be great at it.
Yeah, I mean, I can confidently say if I was actually on the air, I would do
with
very
a producer and money and shit. And guys on little kids on laptops sending you. As soon as I mention Willie Wilson or Dying Breed Garage, I get pictures of the place. It pops up. Me and you were sitting here in my living room. Please, getting involved here from the Omni. He doesn't say. First of all, does he say the Omni? Come on now, that's how you know right now. What's his shtick? What's his thing? What's his thing?
McPherson?
Yeah, what's his thing?
I don't know. He doesn't have a thing.
He doesn't have a thing because he's boring. He doesn't say, hey, Mikey. He doesn't say, Mikey. You know what I mean?
That's another one who needs to just drop off the face of the earth.
I agree. His time has passed.
Mad Dog has overstayed his welcome by
I agree.
10 years.
But back in the day, best radio duo ever. But he still had a internet. I mean, what is this guy? He comes in. If you're driving home and you're tired and WFAN comes on, that I swear, every car that really drives off the road. They're not mentioning D. Hardison. They're listening to WFAN. I'm going to get in trouble for this. Bashing the guy. I don't even know who he is. He's the Jersey guy, so I like him. That I'll go on his show. He doesn't want me on his show.
No.
Just like when I went to New Jersey 101.5 when Carton was down there when Beer League came out. Of course, that's why, because he's a Cowboy fan and you like him. That's why. If he was a big Giant fan, you would hate him. Who are you kidding?
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
I think I refuse to think it totally is. You don't even listen to radio late night. Stop it. All right. Which brings us to cornholelevel.com. McPherson, if you're out there, listen, I know your cornhole has been struggling since the start of this show. And I want to talk to you about Cornhole Level. That's right. If you hook this thing on your cornhole in 1995, it gets you exactly where you want to be here at Shea. Go to the thing, put in JP Show.
Go to the
thing, Cornhole Level.
Hey, Dynamite Radio over here. You go to the thing, you enter the thing, you get yourself a cornhole.
Listen, I don't want to hear shit. Cornholelevel.com. JP Show, 20% off your order because it sponsors. What do they sponsor, Dave?
It sponsors 52 minutes into the show. We are doing Jimmy's credits, ladies and gentlemen. And why not start it off with a little political stuff? Why not? Because why not? The show's gone off the rails. But we are going into Jimmy's credits. And this week, I found a show that I was excited about because I'm a big Russel Crowe guy. I'm also a big Seth MacFarlane guy because I love Family Guy and stuff. So we settled on The Loudest Voice that was on Showtime.
Yeah. Yep, Showtime 2019 day here at Shea. It's a show about Roger Ailes, who started the Fox News thing, only hot chicks making him dance in his spin around in his office. That must have been so bad for those women. Oh my God. And they all did it crazy. Russel Crowe, Sienna Miller, by the way, you don't want to see Sienna Miller check into the game at the 7-minute mark. That little horn.
And there he is.
And it's like checking in. Sienna Miller averaging just 16 points a game. Of course, Annabella Wallace, Naomi Watts. Naomi Watts, another one, solid player. And of course, Seth MacFarlane. John Rue, good friend of mine, actor, is in it as well. Now, I don't have much to say about this other than the director was Carrie Skoglund, and the CD was Allison, the casting director who hired me, Allison, Esther, and Terry Taylor Day here at the stadium. Now, I got to tell you, this is what's funny to me, okay? It was right around the time I had some issues at home. We'll leave it at that, okay? I get a call in. I got to go into New York City for the call time was like 8 p.m., okay? On a cold, wintry night. It was like flurrying outside. I drove in. It was down by Wall Street at the hotel. I think it was called the International Hotel or something like that. I'm playing a doorman, which I forgot I played a door. I am like a 6-time doorman. If the role is a doorman, I'm hitting a 3, okay? That's the guy, okay? I am the Steve Kerr of that. So I get there and there's extras in the lobby. You don't know who. They were kind of closing down the hotel for the shoot, so you didn't know who was staying in the hotel, who wasn't. And I'm in full regalia, doorman. So I look like a doorman. I was probably wearing the guy's stuff that works there. And they had me standing outside for a while. And next thing you know, like customers were coming up to me like, hey, is there a way to get to what's the nearest subway line? Of course, I knew it, so I'm answering questions. They think I'm the doorman. And all of a sudden, I see in the corner near the big trailer was Russel Crowe. Now, I had read that Russel Crowe, number one, he gained some weight to do this because Roger Ailes was a big fat bastard. He also had extensive makeup on and pillows underneath. Dude, you really couldn't even recognize him. I only recognized him because I could tell he was the lead, the way the crew was handling him. And I was like, oh my God, bro, wow, that's unbelievable the way he looks, So then I'm thinking, wow, I have a little moment where I welcome him back he got back into the business again. And I welcome him back. Roger, good to have you back. That's all it was. It was like 3 lines. I was getting overpaid. Okay. So we're there and we start rehearsing the scene. Now I'm doing a scene with Russel Crowe now. So right away, I'm like, okay, Mr. LeBron, how you doing? Hey, Michael, LeBron, how's it going? Hey, Aaron. Okay, that's how I felt, right? Here comes Jimmy Palumbo, and all of a sudden I look like Oswaldo Pereira, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is such a small little scene, but how cool is this? I'm an actor. Things didn't go my way all the way, but here I am working with Russell. You know what? Trivia question. Did Jimmy Palumbo work with Russel Crowe? Yes. Boom. We're moving on, right? So we have a minute and he wants to do a handshake with me. So he wanted to make sure that my right hand, and he was going to do it from the lower step. Just him talking to me, crew all around, setting cameras up. I said, yeah, we'll do that. I say, Roger. I'll say, hey, Roger. Then I'll shake your hand. It's just like he was creating a moment. So while we had a second, he says to me, so how long you been working here? And I go, I got in around 7:30. Yeah, traffic wasn't bad. And then he goes, are you going to work all night? I was like, nah, as soon as we wrap, I'm out of here. He goes, oh, wait, he looks at me, he goes, oh, wait, you don't work here?
Man.
So now, okay.
That's how much he admired you. He thought you were literally staff.
All I had to do was say, dude, I'm Johnny Trino from Beer League. But I was like, what'd you do, that Rome movie? No big deal, bro.
No, you should be like, I'm Johnny Trino. Are you not entertained?
I was so I'm sitting there and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, man. Hey, that's good. That's good. He goes, you're dressed perfect. You look like a doorman. I was like, I know. That's why they hired me. I could also, if you give me the ball, I'm going to shoot it over your head too and drop a 3 right in your face, Mr. Crowe. So I'm sitting there. And the director comes in, and the director was one of those, obviously working with Russel Crowe. When I tell you, I was less than the bat boy in this situation. I could feel it. So I said, Jimmy, and a lot of actors, like, they ask the director, hey, should I be doing, I just say, I'm in the lineup. I'm batting 9th. I'm batting 210. I'm like Gallo. Just let me get up. I'm going to get 1 pitch, try to walk, slap a base hit, whatever. So it was snowing out now. Okay, but the snow was just beyond the roof, but it was kind of blowing in onto the steps. And I had noticed it got slippery. Okay. But I was like, ooh, man, that's weird. And he had to come up the steps. But I didn't say anything because, it's not my job. I didn't want to say a word. So we're doing the handshake thing on rehearsal. Okay. And if anybody thinks I'm making this up, I'll go to my grave. I saved Russel Crowe's life. Okay.
I was just going to say that.
I swear to God, you had to be there, and I swear he would remember this. I really think he would, because he's all dressed up as a big fat fuck, right? And it's dark out now. It's probably like 11 o'clock at night. We just started to shoot. And he comes up the step during the rehearsal, and some of the cameras are rolling just to see if they get a take or whatever. And he reaches out and grabs my hand. And dude, he slips. And let me tell you something. He didn't just like stumble slip. He was gone. He was falling backwards, gone. He would have cracked his head open, full bore, bang. But just right a second before he slipped, I did the manly handshake. I didn't want to come off as one of those. So he stuck out his hand. It was just like I caught him good. It was a perfect, like, because sometimes when you're rehearsing a handshake, you do this. I caught it like a lock, like an Amtrak train. Bang, right? He slips and he's gone. And I literally, like, his eyes got big. He knew he was gone, but I held on and I just pulled him back. And he maintained his, and then he kept on walking. And in my head, I said that he was going, right? But I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to be like, oh, They yell cut. He comes back out. He looks at me. He goes, hey, you know what? Let's just get rid of that handshake thing. It's too much. It takes too much time. I got to really blow through. And it's really about your line saying, welcome back. That's what he said to me. And meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, hey, Russ, what about the fact that I just you were tumbling out of bounds and I pushed you back in bounds again? And then he turns back and he goes, hey, good catch there. So I said, Russell, if I didn't hang on to you, this production shut down for 3 weeks. He goes, no doubt I was going. So
wow, that's
so I
thought, great.
Okay, like an asshole, what do I think? I think I'm the hero now, right?
Of course.
Fucking lady comes over, director, assistant director. Jimmy, you got to move to the left. Say your line. I was like, wait a minute. What about the key glove save on a wrist shot by Marcel Dion? I mean, what are you talking about, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. So then we do the scene. It was 2 takes again. I got the ball. My ball was inbound the ball and then let Jordan score, right? That's what I did. I did nothing. You barely even see the scene in the movie show. So now they move the scene. I'm thinking I'm going to be released. They're inside the hotel. I'm out of here. They come over to me and they're like, hey, Jimmy, they want you to stay here for the next scene. The scene's in the lobby, Dave, but I tell you, it would be like shooting in one end zone, okay? And I'm playing the pylon in the other end zone, all right? And I was like, well, we're done with my scene, right? Yeah, the director wants you. It was a vendetta against me. The director's like, oh, Jimmy, we need you to stay for continuity. I'm like, continuity? I can't even tell there's people inside. There's revolving doors. There's big stanchions going on. And then I'm sitting outside. And then she's like, yeah, well, it just, we want to see that you're the doorman. Like, and all of a sudden, then she's like, yeah, so just turn around and look out as if you're looking for cams and stuff. So now I'm 110 yards away from the scene. And you see the back of my head. I am like,
I know what happened. I know what happened. I think I have an inside track of what happened.
Okay, what do you think?
You said it was cold. You said it was cold, right? So it was like, I want to say December, even though it maybe wasn't. Maybe it was December. And it was Christmas time, and the cast and the crew, they want a couple weeks off. So why not try to hurt Russel Crowe first, shut down production during the holidays, and then resume when it's done? But they're mad at you for saving his fucking life.
So the guy put olive oil on the stairs to make him go.
Exactly.
I stood out there for 3 hours, and then good point, started to get chilly, and they didn't want to. I couldn't add a coat, so I had to wait till they yelled cut. Then I would step in the revolving door. Go back outside, and then the worst part is it had to go 9 hours for me to get overtime. That's how you think as an actor. I'm gonna get some OT. When I tell you, I got like unceremoniously quickly. Okay, Jimmy, you can go now. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Russel Crowe. I was led away into I think my car was parked out. It was so bad. It was 4:30 in the morning. I'm driving home from Manhattan after saving Russel Crowe's life. And I just drove home. So again, if the trivia question, the 400, the 1,000 on Jeopardy, the hard ones. A, did Jimmy Palumbo work with Russel Crowe? Yes. B, did Jimmy Palumbo save Russel Crowe's life? You could say yes and win the trivia contest. So then when the movie comes out, I'm even less in it. People are like, oh, put it on your reel. My reel. I'd rather have this show on my reel than have what
now
I did.
Now I got to find the show. I know obviously the clip won't be there, but I got to find
it's season 1, episode 2.
Okay.
It's so fast, man. So fast. And the show's actually not bad. He was such a weird guy. He believed, and I guess it became the standard. The thing about Roger Ailes was, sexist and all that stuff, pre-woke stuff, I guess. he believed in like nobody wants to watch. We're going to put a hot blonde in. So let's get someone who's good and they're hot. And they're saying every one of those girls, there was girls that probably slept with him, hung out with him, all that over the years for years. That was his style. And if you watch Fox News now, everybody hits threes on that channel. Matter of fact, CNN, I think sometimes goes, I watch shows now and I'm like, ooh, if Roger Ailes was around right now, this guy. Sometimes when you watch like Eyewitness News or channel, the local news on TV, you're watching, you're like, hey, it was a good run. You got a nice pension.
I think a lot of these the failing networks are the ones that are like putting like the hot Spanish like weather girls out there. Like, it's going to be cold today, and you're like, oh my God, tell me more.
Right. Some of the there's an over the weekend on News 12 lady. I'm like, I feel like I went up to say, listen, hey, what a nice run, but we're expanding the stadium here. We got
actually, that's so funny you should say. I'm not even putting it on the air, but go ahead. Wrap it up, because I was gonna say there's a girl on News 12. I'm just like, not only deep speed, number one wide out, and
I know you're talking. It's what it is. If your wife says put on News 12 to get the weather, you're like, nah, we're good. I'm gonna call Jimmy's listening to the radio. He'll give me the news. You can't have that. You can't. I know you're talking about. What is that all about? I know exactly.
You know what the crazy part is? She's actually, I think her mother is like friends with my bonus mom Barry. So
that's so funny.
Like there was like she's like, oh, you guys should connect. I was like, yeah, we'll connect. But then not to mention every photo she's ever posted ever, the fucking size of the diamond is as big as this jug on her hand. So I'm just like, God, all right, well,
I know.
Good run.
It's funny. That's sometimes I'm watching either Fox or CNN or whatever the big three, and I'll see someone come on and they're actually saying all this really intelligent stuff. You can tell they know what they're talking about. But I go the other way. I'm like, I can't listen to a word. This girl is who is, and then you look them up.
Half the NFL Network girls, like all those girls that are on there. But you know what? I'm Jimmy from the couch sometimes on those. And my wife will be sitting right next to me, and I'll be like, she'll say something. Like, I think Colleen Wolfe, very attractive, right? She's out there. She's like, Stetson Bennett looking to duplicate his performance from last week. And I'm like, Stetson Bennett threw 4 interceptions last week. Like, do you not know anything? And then I go into this is what happens when there's females in the sports world. And my wife was like, shut the fuck up.
I know. So you feel so wrong. You're like, I totally understand what you're saying. That's so funny. Anyway, so that was my time on there. Residual checks. I think I make $27 a year. Not enough to pay Dave for 1 week. Absolute Eyewear getting involved here from the Omni. One thing about Absolute Eyewear, they got everything. Craig and Johnine, 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 732-326-3937. Call them up. My glasses look like I was in the ring with Bone Crusher Smith. I got to get new ones. It's another Venditti moment there. Go there for your eyeglasses. Charles Oakley's there. His kids are there.
This read has gotten so saturated over the years. It used to be a 5-minute read. Now it's like, go there. Charles Oakley might be there. I don't know.
It's good. I can still do your attention, please. They have Ray-Ban Coach Ralph Lauren, Dave Sturchio's Jimmy Choo, Silhouette, Michael Kors Light, Vogue, Maui Jim, The Jug He Drinks, and Costa Del Mar sunglasses. Go talk to Johnny and Craig. Go get your glasses. I say they now have they now have Oakley glasses for kids, the kid glasses, which are popular amongst the little leaguers. And I think it was funny because I just think Charles Oakley should have invented those, and he would have been like Snoop Dogg with the headphones, but he didn't. Instead, he just gets kicked out of the garden. And this show's running long. I'm aware of it. Really quick, I'm watching Fargo. Have you watched this show yet?
No, I told you I got 2 episodes in and stopped.
Fargo.
Yeah, I heard good things.
Fargo's tough out there. Also, I got a booking on Friday and Monday, which I can't really talk about. I don't think I'll ever be able to talk about it.
Don't you love those? You're like, yeah, I'm busy Friday and Monday. I can't really tell you anything about it.
It's
But you don't understand, Jimmy. Like, and this is
I signed an NDA, but it's for a voiceover.
Okay.
Involved with something a lot of the kids do these days.
Drugs. All right, done.
Okay. But it should be cool. But I'm doing something I've never done. I'll be wearing a suit with the pins and all that different stuff, and they'll be scanning my body. So I hope it's not one of those, like, I'm not going to be one of those tight, ballet things on. My package will be hanging out. But anyway, the package day here at the stadium. Shout out to my pickleball friends. I played a little bit last night. Played with the probably the best player I've ever seen. He bitch slapped everybody, including me. I wanted to talk it over, but I knew enough to. I'm not playing with that guy anymore. He's too good. Anyway, that's it. Next week's show, we'll be doing a preview of the Rutgers football season. I'll go through each week. And coming up in, I guess, 2.5 weeks now, our first, after week 1, our first NFL stinks list. And I'll start off by maybe the week before, I'll do how everybody finished last year. And then the week after, we'll do the new thing there. So that's it. This show went long. I'm a jerk off. That's it. I don't know. I got nothing. Go check
Lisa
out the
Ruane, if you're feeling shitty, and make sure you go to Pine Tar Bar and Grill.
Lisa Ruane, Pine Tar Bar and Grill in Forked River. And Lisa Ruane, give her a call, 201-725-1251. And a shout out to Tommy and Donna for helping me out with my daughter's knee. And a shout out to my daughter. She got a little something taken out of the knee, but it's looking good. And we'll go from there. All right.
Good night, everybody.
I'll see you soon.